There we go. Perfecto. Well, thanks everyone else for joining us for our latest edition of Read Along with Wade. Wade's going to go over another practice plan he's going to put out for us. And then we'll have obviously smaller groups. If you guys have any more questions or any more specific stuff you want to go over with Wade, with a smaller group, by all means, chime in, ask questions as we're going through it.
Yeah, please do. All right, so for today's session, read along with Wade, as Andrew said. We're going to go over Dr. Seuss, or Dr. Seuss. No, we might get in trouble for that. So what the focus is today is we're going to go over some passing drills that you can do north-south on the rink if you split it in half, or sorry, vertical, or if you split it right down the middle. So a bunch of passing drills, and then we got some videos with them. And then at the end, we're going to do some more edge stuff, a little more challenging with the edge stuff, but very beneficial in today's game. So, oops. We got 4 drills again. First one is more of a warm-up drill, get the kids passing, skating. Probably not the best for, I would say, a Timbits group. Lower level novice might have trouble, but with Adams, Pee-wees, Bantams, Midget, a great warm-up because you can also incorporate pivots and picking the puck up as a winger, supporting the puck as a center, and defenseman kind of breakout. And then we're going to get into some touching passes, passing moves, one-touch passing control. And then we're going to get into some pass give and goes with the shot, and then some progressions for breaking out as far as getting the wingers moving and pivoting properly when it comes to picking up the puck on the wall. All right, so first drill, I call it Regina pairs passing. So the way it's set up here, I used full ice, but you can definitely pull this back to the red line, to the goal line, just depending on the age group, or you can go across ice with it. But how the setup runs on this one is you have a player here and a player at the end. You can have multiple of these. So in this case, we're doing full ice, but you could have 4 groups if you're doing splitting the ice this way. Just move them to the hash marks. The players here start and they would come up the ice. When they got to the blue line, they would pass and then they would open up. So when you open up, this is where you can work on some of your skating skills. You can get them to open up and pivot so their butt is against the boards when they get the pass. You can get them to do a tight turn and build a little speed. As soon as this player pivots or turns, this player joins them and they pass up the ice. At the blue line, they pass down here. The player on the wall will kind of get back in line, and then the inside player here does what the previous player did with a nice pivot or an open up or a tight turn, and then they progress back. So when you're doing this, you can focus on the passing. So I call it a control pass where you have to skate, stick handle a few times and then pass. You can do one-timers or one-touch passing. You can do forward and back. And you can even trick the players by doing some cross and drops or pass to the open space. But this part is endless when it comes to different passing techniques. You just be as creative as you can. Even having the players pass to a backhand, then they have to change it to forehand to make a pass. So as much as possible, challenge them in any way you can to make good passes. So when it comes to the video, hard to see because we had to follow them, but this player's in the middle, number 70. Outside player would have already swung, so he's opened up. So in this case, they're up the ice, and then right here, they'd be at the blue line. They would pass to the next line. Inside player there would curl to the outside, and the new player joins. So good passing, all the way up, pass to the next guy in line. This guy pivoted, and then they join. So kind of an endless drill. You can do it as long as you want, and it all depends on how creative you want to get with the passing. So this is bantam age kids. Passing's decent, but they're still messing up quite a bit. And Hopper will attest that passing is probably the lost art when it comes to hockey, and everyone's focusing more on shooting and deking rather than passing. So here's another version, and in this one here, you're going to see 74. I believe he pivots at the blue line, and then he comes back straight back. So it's more of a forward backwards passing. So you're working on your backward skating, controlling the puck, nice one touch and placements, and working as a cohesive unit. Not a good pivot there, but you kind of get the idea of the drill. So a nice little drill for warming up the legs and the players. Second one is more of a give and go, pass, follow your pass. It can be used also as a warm up, but you can add more detail into your passing in this one. So if you look at it, we got player, for example, in this case, player D and player B would start with pucks each. Oops. At the same time, they would pass to player A and to player C. After they pass, they would follow their pass. When player A and player C got it, they would cross ice pass, and then they would follow their pass. The key to this one is patience. When player A gets it, they have to notice where player C is, making sure player C has the puck so they pass at a similar time. So they're not chasing each other. We want it in unison, so both are going at the same time. As with the other drill we just did, you can add a variety of things. So when A gets the puck here, and we'll see in the video, you can do a couple one touches. A can catch it, A can spin around, and then move. So it's endless when it comes to your passing technique. So here's the first one. It's just the basic one. So you're going to see them passing and moving. So when this player gets it, they both pass and then they cross. You'll see them passing and moving. So in this case, you're going to use 8 kids for this one drill. So 2 of them will be moving, 2 will be receiving, and then the other ones will be waiting in line. But as you can see, this is bantam. It goes pretty quick, so you can get a lot of reps in a short period of time. We can watch that one again because they did a great job of keeping everything going. When they got it, heads were up, both passed at the same time here, and then they both crossed and made that other pass. So one of my favorite drills for getting the kids.
A great hidden bag skate drill as well.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to say that. You're not allowed to bag skate kids anymore. So hidden conditioning skate maybe. But yeah, so a great drill for that. And then on this next one, all we did was when the player received it here, he touched back and then they touched. So a little quick second pass or a give and go. So you're going to watch the blue helmet here pass. This guy will touch it and then he'll touch it back before he leaves. Oops. So a touch and then he's gone. So they're working on touching. Lots of control, keeping their heads up, a nice strong hand. And once again, even at this age, kids mess it up. When this part happens right here, so when this guy gets it and touches back, at that point, that's when you can add a lot of things. So sometimes what I'll do is when this guy gets it, I'll get him to do a 360 and then leave and pass. Sometimes I'll get this player here to flick it. So the player has to catch it, put it down, and then skate and then flick it to the next player. So you can even have these guys do different skills to challenge their mental status. This guy might flick it and catch it, where this guy might drop it and do a nice hard pass, right? So you can mix it up based on how qualified the players are. So you can have a lot of fun with that. All right. third drill is more of a pass, give and go. So the players would start on the blue line. They would skate up to the top of the circle. They'd pass to the next player in line. And once again, just fitting in the theme with opening up and making good passes and progressing to kind of like a winger's breakout. This player goes, passes, and then he would open up or he would tight turn to the wall. And then we could give and go as many times as we want. In this drawing here, I just had him come over top for a quick pass and a quick shot. So depending on the age, you're going to add more passes. You could even have this bottom player move into the middle like a defender and then pass to the guy on the wall. So lots of options. Once again, you just have to be creative and challenge the players at whatever age they are. So here's a couple examples. So this guy's going to skate, make a pass to the guy in the corner. He's going to curl. They added a couple passes and then finishing with a shot. So a touch, he opens up, gets it, gives it back, and then finishes with their shot. The guy in front who shot replaces, and then the new player goes. And depending on what position, you can have different things. So those were two defensemen that went, and obviously they worked on their quick steps coming backwards and a good pass, one touch, and a bringing it back. These ones here, there's more kids going at once. Once again, a nice touch, skate to the middle, finish with a shot. And then once again, oh, that was the same one, I guess. Yeah. So same one, sorry. And then lots of touches, leading the puck, opening up, making yourself available for a nice pass. All right. Last drill is the most complicated. I call it, it's a 7-pass drill. So you got to pay attention to see where the 7 passes are. So how the 7-pass drill works is number 1 here starts with the puck. Before he skates, he passes down to number 2. As soon as number 2 gets it, then he leaves. Number 2 touches back to 1, who touches back to 2, and then 1 will either open up, button hook, pivot to the wall. As soon as 2 gets that third pass, they pass to number 1 who curled. Number 1, once you've curled, you touch it to number 3. You then skate over the line. Number 3 will go down to 2, who will pass to number 1 in the middle. So a lot of touching. You can simplify things based on the ages. Once again, if it is a atom skater or a novice skater, it might be a coach down here. And number 1 might pass to the coach who might pass. And then you might eliminate this part, but you might work on the pivot. You can still pass to this player and then go around, but you might eliminate or put a coach down here to make it easier all the time and make good quality passes. Because what'll happen is with novice or atom kids, depending the level, this is where everything will mess up. So a coach will be a little more consistent, hopefully, at touching with the puck. But with bantam and midget players, what I have done is I've changed this from a 7 pass to a 9 pass. And how I did that was after number 3 passed it down, number 1 would actually go around both lines and get a wide pass here. So number 2 would get it, pass it to 3, pass it back to 2. And then number 2 here, I would get them to drive up and then make a cross ice pass, right? So that's a little higher level, higher skilled, but easy progression to make it a little more challenging for your bantam and midget age players. So let's see this one in action. Hopefully the kids are. So touch, and then what they're doing is opening up, pass back to the point, throw it down, and then they curl around and then obviously finish with the shot. So lots of touches. When we do one touch passes, we focus on a strong lower hand. So you're getting the kids to be comfortable with that one touch and then finish with the shot. And then I have another video with, oops, from the other side, same drill. Oops. Touch, touch, open up, take it on your backhand, touch, fire it down, come around, and then finish with that shot. So lots of touches in today's practice, which is good for the kids, and it's good to mix it up. And it is 100% okay to do a practice that is all passing. Just like you would with puck control, just like you would with shooting. It is all right to do that. And I actually recommend it, especially with passing, because you want to get the kids comfortable passing in every situation, as well as much as possible. Backhand, forehand, one touch, cross ice, you name it. Any questions about the actual plan that we went over? Nope. Nice. All right. So now the fun stuff. So I focused a little more, on some kind of individual skills for this part with some bonus drills and all that. What we did, that's better actually. A lot of warm-up stuff along the blue line, and a lot of it is skating based. Sorry, I want to get rid of this. How do I move this thing? There we go. So a lot of edge control, puck control, but everything along the blue lines, except for the very last drill. So to give you options on what to do as a warm-up when it comes to half ice and working on power skating, edge control, and puck control. So in this case, the young man is working on his flats. So he's stick handling and he's driving laterally on his flat. So you can see he's driving back and forth as he's stick handling. So in this case, I wanted to pause that. On this case, he's focusing on staying on the flat of his blade, trying to keep his head up in unison with the puck control, driving back and forth. Now, a couple things with this young man is he's leaning too far forward and he's got a straight leg. So we would basically, to correct that, we'd have him stay lower, bend his knee more, he's doing a good job keeping his elbow up nice and high and keeping his hands out front. But pretty good for an Atom age player, driving laterally. You do that once or twice, they're going to be exhausted. So good. Once again, Andrew, a hidden bag skate when it comes to this type of drill. Any questions on this one? Like I said, what I want to eliminate is this, what the young man's doing here is he's leaning forward with a straight leg. So we want him to bend his knee and to sit his bum down. So everything is over his flat of his blade. Any questions about that? Perfect. All right. So the next one is a progression. So this is a little higher level, but I've done this with novice age kids. And it's basically outside edge control. So that's their inside. We want the player getting comfortable gliding on their outside edge and obviously controlling the puck. So in this case, he's going to T-push and he's going to do a circle or a half circle on his left leg on his outside edge. And he's going to hold it. Usually I get him to stop, stick handle, and a nice T-push, nice in control as they go around. Once again, I would give this player a little heck because if you look right here, he's very far forward. He can bring his bum down and he can bend his knee a little more. He's got decent hands, so he's always playing with the puck. And as if he can watch and focus in on his hands. So right here, watch his top hand. If I back it up just slightly, focus on his top hand when he's stopped. His top hand will be moving very quickly. And that's how you become a good stick handler, is you focus on the top hand control rather than the bottom hand. So a nice little drill for warming up the kids again. And once again, from novice on, you can do it at all ages. You just have to take your time with the younger ages, but they can definitely do it.
Birdie, with the last guy that you had in the drill there, it looked like he had a lot of head down. Do you want head up a little bit more than that?
Definitely for this guy here, his head was down. I would love for him not even to watch the puck at all. So when he's looking at you right here,
Yeah.
he should be looking at me.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. But for some reason, I don't know why he's leaning so far forward. He usually does a better job. Now his brother, on the other hand, this is his brother. Very similar drill, but what we've added is a transition on his outside edge to his inside edge. So it's a little bit trickier, a little harder to do, but you can still get Atom age kids to do this. Some of the higher end novice kids are capable of doing this now. You probably have more trouble with the midget age players because most of the Atom age players are a lot more coordinated. So in this case, same thing. He starts on his outside edge, but what he's going to do is he's going to rotate from his outside to his inside to finish off. And then in this case, he didn't pause, which is fine, but he kept it going and tried his best to keep his puck on his stick. So once again, outside to inside, nice puck control. He did a little better keeping his head up, but his eyes are still down. Tricky drill though for that. But once again, what I look at for this is where his center of gravity is. So right here, he popped up a bit, but that's okay because he was rotating from here in a good spot to the next position where he finished his turn and then came into a nice little squat. Lost his balance a bit, but he regained his control. Did a better job right there. Kept everything tight to his body, bringing the center of gravity in close on the turns. Fun drill. I like that one the best. It gets the kids loose. It challenges some of them, especially when you add a puck. Any questions on that one? And then, oops, this is my favorite. So this one's what we've done is we've got him to control his body weight. So what we've done, we've taken out the traditional tight turn. I remember when I was taught tight turns, it was bend your knees and kind of dig into the ice as much as you can and leave giant grooves in the ice, and then the rink attendants would be mad at you. And in this case, I wanted him to do a soft tight turn. So his inside leg scrapes the ice where his outside leg controls the turn. So you're going to see a lot of snow in this drill. As you do it, you'll see a lot of snow from that scraping. So his weight is evenly distributed right through the middle. He's on his flat on the front foot, and his outside foot uses his inside edge. So it's very tricky to control. So if you watch closely, he does a good job of sliding that ice as he's going. So his one toe is just covered in snow because he's scraping the ice rather than digging in. Very tricky drill because you have to focus in on this foot and that foot, have equal weight, but not dig in. A little higher level, a little more challenging, but allows him to keep his speed up a little more than a tight turn, but also control the puck a little more efficiently and keep everything in front of him. And he's more of a center power play guy. So this type of turn helps him as he's setting up right there. So if he was coming up the wall on a power play, he's now put himself in a position right here where he can see the whole ice and still have good control on both feet. So if he has to turn sharp or stop and cut back, he can do that. And it's all about placement of that body weight in a nice equal position in his center of gravity. So that's it for the fun drills. So any questions about any of those drills that I can help you out with?
That one that you had across the blue lines with the turns.
Yes.
The older guy, you talked about his hands, like his top hand and how quick he moves it. I got a number of kids that are really good at, handling the puck like that, to the point though that it's almost a hindrance at times because it's so instinctual. As soon as they get the puck, they have to do that 3 or 4 times before they shoot or pass.
Yep.
And always focus on the shooting, not dusting and trying to get your quick shots off. And it seems to break them that a little better. But the passing, I'm starting to notice some guys, it's like I said, it's like when the puck touches the blade, they've got to do that 2 or 3 times before they do something. And there's situations where that's affected how quickly they could have moved the puck and it didn't get to where it needed to go when it should have, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a common mistake right now that the term that you used was dusting it off, right? And for some reason, the players think they always have to dust the puck off instead of, even one quick stick handle and a shot or one quick and a pass. I know Hopper and I have done drills where even just figure eights or tight turns, where they have to keep the puck on their blade the whole time, like the curved part. So they have to manipulate their body and pull the puck in tight to them and push without stick handling as they go through the whole progression of the pylons. That's a good way to slowly eliminate it. But like I said, there's so much focus on the fancy drills with the puck, like, scooping it up and doing the weird things and all this stuff that's irrelevant in the game of hockey, that they focus on how quick they can stick handle instead of just nice rolling of the wrist and keeping it consistent, like you were saying. And there's way too much overhandling in those situations. And I agree with you 100% there.
Yeah, there's times where it's right, but it's getting like that. It's just a constant thing that when you're not needing to do it, it's like they can't break themselves of it because it's just the puck touches the blade and away their hands go. And they're really, some of them are really talented at it, but you're constantly correcting them. Like in that situation, you're better to give it one and bat right back or get it off your stick quick, right? But you can see it's hard. So I was just curious if there was anything you'd think of that works to try to not tell them that it's wrong per se, but to know when and where it's a good situation.
Yeah. And like I said, what I would do is when I design drills, sometimes if we are focusing on puck control, we will get them to manipulate their body and the stick the same way and not have them stick handle. And that's okay. The second thing is lots of repetition stationary. So if you're working on shooting, even shooting against the wall where they receive the puck and release, we're reinforcing that they're not allowed to stick handle, right? Just keep reinforcing certain drills that are really close and fine and eliminate any type of stick handling, because there's nothing wrong with doing a drill where they're not allowed to stick handle. They just got to keep it on the curved part of their stick, or they keep it on the backhand part and they finish with a backhand shot, or they finish with a wrist shot or a snap shot. But getting them to think about, hey, I can do this drill without stick handling. Wow. Right. But you're right, because it's going to, every time they stick handle is a chance of an error, whether they get it to roll or they overhandle it and the puck slides off their stick. Right. So just reinforcing any type of shooting, even like one time, we did a lot of quick release where they'd suck it back and then they'd shoot right away without a stick handle. So as much stuff like that, they'll slowly grow out of it. Repetition.
That 7 pass drill that you showed, we actually just had that very similar, a little different variation of where we started with it, but the exact same down low, couple touch passes, curl, get one up, back to that D-man, back down low, and then you get the pass in for the shot. And you could see some of those guys that were, notorious for the constant stick movement, they realized that they got to get the passes in, they're making them. So those ones do help break it a little bit, right?
Yep. A lot of one touch. Yeah. And it's shocking how these kids struggle with one touch, right? Because they don't they don't know how to grip the stick properly. And like you said, if they're focusing on their top hand, when you one touch, you want to push with your bottom hand, right?
Yeah.
So you got to grip that stick there, and a lot of them don't realize it. So the first times through that, they mess it up and they want to overhandle it, where we just want quick one touch passes. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah. No, great questions. Any other questions? I know it was a little more challenging stuff, but it's always fun to mix it up with the kids by adding a little extra edge work, right? And then I think, so my plan for next week was to do stuff on shooting, shooting technique, showing you guys, especially with this extra stuff, how to manipulate the stick when they're shooting and to use the stick properly. So we have some good videos of them, their shooting technique and how they pull the puck into their bodies. Andrew, anything from your side?
No, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, I was actually going to just comment and just say next week, we'll fire off an email here to the directors who will then pass it on. But next week, same time, same place. It'll be Thursday at 7:30. We'll post it out again and just, it'll be on stick handling, puck control. Anything else specific in there, Birdie, or?
Well, what I'll do is all of the drills will be focused on shooting.
Okay.
So whether it's, kind of all shooting drills, one-time shooting, or quick release passing, or stick handling passing, pulling the puck in and shooting. And like I said, I'll try and make it all half ice stuff so that you guys can use it in the next week or so while you're running practices. And then I'll get into some more detailed stuff in the second half with some breakdown of the guys shooting.
Awesome. Perfecto. Yeah, if there's no more questions, I mean, I like the short and sweet sessions. They don't need to be hours long. We get in, go over a practice plan, and then go try some of the drills and see how they work. So, yeah.
Yeah. Those plans, I think it was on the link or on the email you sent, Kevin, or no, it's on the development page, right?
Yeah, I posted them all. I put the last 2 sessions that we did up, plans up on the coach development page, Derek. So they're up there right now. So if you go there, you can put it on them and just print them off. Yippers.
Awesome.
You talking there, Kev, or are you muted? Nope. Can't hear you. Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably good we can't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Awesome. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
No, rinks have been good. Everybody's been good at the rinks so far. Like, haven't seen any problems. So, yeah.
Good. No, that's fantastic. Beauty. Okay. Well, if there's anything else, I mean, again, if there's other stuff that you guys want to see, shoot myself or Wade an email, and we can definitely try to bring it up in some of the future sessions.
Yep. I would love to.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Okay. Well, thanks everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Much appreciated.
Thanks.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, you bet.